Hello, hello, hello. If you're watching this, I'm gonna assume that you two survived this hell decade. So, congratulations. Yay us. We did it. And to start this year off, I thought I'd do a little series of good things from this decade. You know, favorites, so to speak. And the first video is gonna be about comics. These aren't gonna be in any order. I've got my laptop over there with like a little list. So, let's get started. Hellcat by Kate Leth and Brittany Williams. One of the best things Marvel has done in a very, very long time. I have kind of a love-hate relationship going with Marvel and DC, you know, the big two, in that they are stale and boring and they hold a monopoly, but sometimes they produce really good stuff. Kate Leth took the character of Hellcat, who hasn't had a lot of prominent comics to her name, probably ever. I don't know, I'm not that well versed on her story. I know she's been in and out of the fridge, so. But Kate Leth took her and gave her a complete transformation and created with Brittany Williams, the fantastic artist, just like the most fun, heartfelt, interesting comic with a bunch of my favorite side characters from any like Marvel comic ever. Like Hellcat was so queer and fun and weird and interesting that Marvel cut it short and hasn't touched the character since. So the run spanned 3 trades. It was discontinued by Marvel, and it is fantastic. Absolutely. Like, pick it up if you can. The next one is Killjoys by Gerard Way, Sean Simon, and art by Becky Cloonan. This is a futuristic, like, cyberpunk dystopian story with a lot of different characters, different equally tragic storylines, and it is based on, or I guess inspired by, spinning off from the My Chemical Romance album, The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. If you watched the music videos, you'll have an idea of what the world is like, but you will have no idea what you're getting into reading this. And I know that because I am a diehard My Chemical Romance fan. They're back, holy shit. I just, like, go us ex-emos. We are living the life. I just got distracted thinking about My Chemical Romance being back. Anyway, so I definitely, I watched the music videos and just, like, was about that Killjoy life way before the comic came out. And when I got it, I went into it thinking I was basically knew what it was going to be about and how it was going to kind of play out, what the characters were going to be like, and I was wrong. This is so much deeper and just more raw than I ever expected. I mean, I haven't read this in a while. I should definitely reread it. But, like, I read it right when it came out, and it changed my life. So it's definitely one of my, like, decade's favorite comics. Okay. Next one in the pile is Subdimensionaalinen Portti by Wolfgang. This is a Finnish one, and I don't know if it's been translated to English. Maybe. I don't know. So sorry to the 1 or 2 people who watch me who don't speak Finnish. It's about adolescence and love and the lack of love and otherness. And I'm making it sound so square. Like, it's really good and really down to earth. And just, like, it cut into something really deep within me and just carved me open. It's one of the realest things that I've read with, I mean, truly fantastic art. And just like the colors in this one are brilliant. One of the most like impactful comics that I've read ever, but especially like during this decade for the purpose of the video. Okay. Okay, so the next one, Nimona by Noelle Stevenson, the one and only. This one is a fantasy piece about a monster girl, revolution, what it means to exist in a deeply flawed society, all that good stuff. Nemesis, dragons, science, symbolism, sharks. Some of the best characters, just the most fantastic, delightful art. The number of times I've read this is in the high double digits. It's just like I'm drawing a blank here. I don't know how to describe what Nimona means to me. It's so much. Like this is also, I mean, basically everything I love is somehow about otherness, and this is too. I'm just like, Nimona has rendered me like completely unable to speak. Just read it. It's so good. I'm looking at this book and it's too much. It's too great. It's been such a big influence on me as a person, how I see the world. And there are two knights who are in love. That's also good. Okay, and the final one I can't show you because it is a webcomic. It's Life Outside the Circle by H.P. Lehkonen, and it's about a single dad living in the middle of nowhere, Finland, with his one daughter, and kind of like a city boy coming from Helsinki to the little town, and kind of like their neighbors falling in love, shenanigans. It's so sweet and earnest, and the art is beautiful. It means something really special to me because I'm also someone from a small Finnish town, and my experiences with that are varied. Reading something as positive and sweet and just full of love as Life Outside the Circle that takes place in the middle of nowhere, Finland, it was something I never realized I needed, but it really, like, I don't know, it healed something within me. I'll put the link in there, obviously. I encourage you to read it. So that was my very, very small sliver of just some of the best comics of the decade. If you have recommendations, something I forgot, which there's obviously a million things that I didn't include, comments, you know, all that like YouTube stuff, please engage. I'm alone shouting at the void. Bye. Shade and Sweetwater.